Hey everybody, and welcome back. The SCDC presents the Average Woman podcast. You thought you was gonna catch me slipping? I'm on it today. I'm on it. So hey ladies, how y'all doing today? Listen, thank you so much to my new subscribers to my YouTube channel, the Average Wife channel. I appreciate you guys. Liking, subscribing, sharing, and just supporting the lady. I'm just trying to, help out. Just trying to give you a little different way of thinking. I'm not saying I know everything, but I have been through some things, and I can steer you in the right direction if you want to, make some better choices and get some better outcomes. At least I got a plan for you. I'm not going to respond with just saying, prayers or something. Now I'm gonna tell you how to get some results. That's what I'm about. If you tired of people just BSing you, hit me up, queenfromcreation@gmail.com. Let me help you with a plan. Let me, assist you. That's what I'm here for. Titus 2 and 3, the Aged Woman. I encourage you to read that. Titus 2 and 3, KJV. That's why I'm here, just to assist. No judgment, because listen, we all fall short. We all got issues from birth to death. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to judge nobody. I'm trying to be here as your sister and just let you know what's going on. Give you some tips and some ideas and some different ways of thinking about things that you might not have thought about. You know what I'm saying? You just, if you don't know, you don't know. And it's not going to help you if you got women around you who own the same level as you. That's like a big issue. It's like when you're trying to step your game up, you need somebody around you who know more than you do, who can think outside of the box, not somebody that's going to be agreeable and on the same level as you, because that doesn't challenge you to step your game up. When we work these positions in these companies and everything, every year we have an evaluation about how our performance is. They always want to make sure that we're performing and doing what we need to do. So it's the same thing about life. You have to have someone to help you set yourself up for a higher expectation for yourself. Because if you just rely on what, society say you can be and just, what your friends like and all this here, you're really not going to have those good outcomes, and you're not going to set yourself aside to be different from, what we got now. You want to set yourself up to be different from everybody else. So the title of this is going to be Class Looks Good on You. Class looks good on you, and here's why. Class is just class is just about how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake class. Either you got class about yourself or you don't. Period. So when it comes down to being a classy woman is always going to out-trump a woman with no class. Period. Point blank. No matter where you are, no matter what kind of situation you get into, your class level has a lot to do with how you're treated and how you're able to move. So we're going to get into that right after these messages. I just want to thank you so much. queenfromcreation@gmail.com. You guys hit me up if you ever need anything, any kind of ideas, hit me up. But we'll be right back after these messages. And we are back. And today we are talking about how good class looks on you. Now, class looks good on you because class just determines how you carry yourself. Class determines the level that you set for yourself. Now, some things might be good for you, but those things that's good for you, not good for me, because of just what I'm willing to tolerate and what I feel that I'm worth, and things that I just won't settle for. You understand? Some things I'm very I have a basic set of rules about how I carry myself. And those rules are the movements that set you aside from the typical average female. Because the typical average female just moving along and she figure it out. But as you move through life, you have to have rules to everything that you do. You got to have rules when it come down to spending your money, how you select your men, how you fix your hair. You got to have rules to everything that you do. And when you move and think that there is no rules and no order to how you move, you take losses. We take losses. We take losses because we don't think that we need to have a standard for our life and hold ourselves accountable and at a certain level. Like, it's not cool to be out here a woman with children fighting in the streets, going to the baby daddy house because you found out he messing with some girl and you over there fighting. You got kids at home. The last thing that you should be doing is even engaging in any activity like that, regardless to the fact you can't make a man do nothing. You understand? So for you to be out here fighting and putting yourself in all kind of harmful and predictable situations, like that just shows you really you don't care about yourself. Women with class care about themselves from the top of their head to the sole of their feet. They care about themselves. They're not gonna be mistreated, and they're not gonna mistreat, because we know that you get what you give. When you give a man love, he'll give you back love. When you give a man mistrust and sneakiness and all kind of stuff, he gonna get that shit right back to you every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time. Because men know us. We think that like we pulling something different, but see, unfortunately, our men, the ones that grew up with their mamas and that was raised by their mamas, our men have already done seen the game. See, that's what we don't. They done seen the game. You see what I'm saying? So when you out here, and the thing is, ain't no real man gonna really turn away no cuda if you giving it up for free. If you giving that cuda away with a cashback gift card, everybody gonna take it. Everybody gonna take it, because that's just how men are. And I'm not here to correct the men. I'm not here to discuss men. I'm talking about us, because the only thing that we can control is our feelings, our emotions, our actions, our mind frame. That's the only thing that we can control. And I'm telling you, when you allow yourself not to be manipulated, controlled by external forces and outside things, it is a liberating experience. You understand? The person opinions that matters to you, that should matter to you, are the ones that take care of you in your home. Your husband, his opinion should matter more than anybody else. Everybody else get the back door. Your husband's opinion of you and how you treat him matters, because that is detrimental to the longevity of your relationship. Your husband has to be able to trust you, has to be able to look at you and can rest in knowing that you are just a predictable woman. You're not going to do this. He can say wholeheartedly, I know my wife won't do this. If somebody come running up in your husband's face and they say, well, your wife did this, your husband has to know you enough, and you have to allow yourself to be known enough by him so he can say that and rest in you. Don't nobody want a husband that don't trust him. And our husbands don't trust us because we play games to fuck up the trust. All these little TikTok challenges, I'm going to see if cheating. Don't even put those thoughts in his head, because they're already there. Don't confirm to him that you're even that type of person by participating in stuff like that. You want to always put your best foot forward when you're dealing with your husband if you want your relationship to grow and elevate. Like, you don't want to argue with him. You don't have to argue. Certain things is just written in the concrete, and you're not going to change it. If you find yourself continuously arguing with your man about the same things over and over again, you fool. You got to stop that, because you're not going to get anywhere. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. The response is, well, I done asked you not to do this several times, but you don't want to listen to me, so I'm not going to argue with you about it. You going to do what you want to do. Ain't nothing I could do about that. That's how you respond to that. And that lets him know that, look, she's really getting sick of your shit. And you could care or you could not care. At the end of the day, she's making it known that she's not happy with the situation, and she's not going to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But she's trying to show you that her level of maturity is rising, because she's not resorting to her old childish ways. Fussing with you, making a mockery, being a nuisance. She's not doing that. She's trying to handle it more maturely. And sometimes you get brownie points for that. Sometimes you don't. But the bottom line is that it all begins and ends with you. You're the only thing that you can control in your life. And when you make these decisions and you get all out of pocket and you don't hold yourself to a certain standard, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to allow myself to get to this weight. I'm going to fix myself because I don't like it when I look in the mirror and I see this. Start holding yourself accountable. I'm telling you, when you start judging yourself, when you start looking in with an open mind, you since you can't take criticism from nobody else, you need to criticize yourself. Criticize yourself to your own improvement. Speak to yourself. Talk to yourself and encourage yourself. Speak motivation on yourself. Correct yourself when you go off, since nobody else can do it. This is how you grow. You have to be able to accept correction. If you can't accept it from outside forces, at least damn check yourself. You know? So we'll be right back after these messages. All right, and welcome back to the Average Woman Podcast. I was about to say it again, but I ain't gonna say it. The Average Woman Podcast. That's who we are. That's what we're doing right now. All right, and you make sure you like and subscribe and tune in to my Average Woman channel on YouTube, Average Wife channel on YouTube. I am in the process of setting some things up. I'm gonna be sharing some information with you guys about healing and taking care of your husband when he's sick. I got some real good things that I'm going to be bringing out. And, of course, I'm going to continue, trying to encourage you through my word, giving you some good vibes and spirit. I know I may come off a little harsh, but though I may be rude in speech, I am not in knowledge, because I'm telling you, the information that I'm providing you, it works. I know it's like, oh, she just want me to be a slave. I don't want you to be a slave. I want you to be free from worrying about what other people think about your relationship and how you supposed to be getting down. The person that has to check you is you. When you can't take criticism from nobody else, first you have to be able to, first of all, know what's right and what's wrong. So if you're doing something to someone and they're telling you you're hurting me, that's wrong. Okay, just plain and simple. If your actions are leading to other people being unhappy, you're wrong. Period. Because whether you want to admit it or not, you are responsible for people's feelings. You have to be, because you want them to be responsible for yours. So while you don't have to entertain them, but you do need to consider people's feelings when you making moves and you think that, you can't just go around hurting folks. Classy women with loving hearts and spirits, they don't even think about doing all kind of stuff to people because they know it comes back on them. And women who do, y'all just witches. Period. I mean, if you see a woman, she just always out there inflicting pain, robbing and conniving and all that does, stay away from stuff like that. Stay away from stuff like that. Stay away from stuff like that. Because all that stuff brings negativity back onto you tenfold. I promise. You do not want to be associated with nobody who always trying to get over on somebody, who always got some kind of scam and all this here. Leave people like that alone, because that'll stagnate your growth. Because it's plenty money out here in this world for all us to get at. We don't have to be scamming one another's and doing all kind of evil spirited stuff to us, And I'm going to talk about qualities of a good businesswoman too, because I think that a lot of us want to go into businesses, have business, but we don't really have any kind of business ethics about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Your word has to matter. The words that come out your mouth have to matter. They have to be truth if you want people to believe you and to respect you and to treat you like you somebody. You understand? The Bible tells us to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Meaning we're not causing nobody else no problems. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to let you cause us no problems. And we're going to keep an eye on you because we don't know what might not be coming next. But we're not going out here looking for a fight. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this world is not a fight. And if you try to fight every battle, you are going to eventually lose your war. Your war with life or whatever you warn with, you're going to lose in the end, because it's not worth all the drama. Life is not about constantly arguing and fighting and all this stuff. It's just not about that. We're supposed to be at peace most of the time. But it's hard because we make bad decisions. And I appreciate y'all. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, and we are back to the conclusion of Class Looks Good on You. Now, even though I haven't talked about a lot about class, I was teaching you ways on how to develop class. Class is about having a standard for yourself that you're not going to stoop down to, no matter what the world say you can do. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Just because they say you can eat everything, you don't have to eat everything. You don't have to eat everything. You don't have to eat everything. Just get your fill, because you don't want to be all messed up in the end. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that you do have to understand is that when it comes to a man choosing you, men love classy women. Men don't want no matter how much they tell you, well, I just love a hood girl. No, they don't. They like their women to be classy. They don't want their women in the streets fighting. They don't want their women out here clapping. And because see, the thing is that they know if that you will do that shit in the streets, you're gonna do that to them. So you'll always be just the girlfriend or the boo thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never be the one that he really want to come home to and be with, because you just don't exude the qualities that he want. All the men have like qualities and things that they looking for in a woman, and either you gonna step your game up and be that quality that they're looking for, or you're gonna get passed over every time. You know what I'm saying? Men are not going to change for us. It's up to us to change to get one. Shit, I always knew you got to put some bait on the hook if you're going to throw the fishing rod in the water. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to catch some fish, you got to use the right bait, because all fish don't like the same kind of bait. All fish don't eat the same thing. Some of y'all don't even know what fish eat. You don't even think about that. But it's the same thing with catching a man. Some men like this and some men like that. So everything that works for one man doesn't work for every man. So you do have the opportunity to get a man despite what is being said. You just got to know how you carry yourself and how to attract that right man. And once you get that right man, you need to know how to be kind to him, loving, loyal, friendly. Do what you're supposed to do as a woman. And that's what you are supposed to do. No one is, not even a dog, gonna stay around if you mistreating it. Because that ain't how it work, y'all. You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. A lot of you northern women, y'all need to adapt some of us southern women hospitalities about y'all men, and y'all will have a lot better relationship, because that whole stuff like that ain't it, and all that super aggressive, super masculine stuff. The men don't like stuff like that. Women don't even like super masculine females, because y'all feel like y'all can bogart us and take over us and all this stuff. But you are a female. I don't give a damn if you put your boxers on or whatever you do. At the end of the day, if you bleed once a month, or if you used to bleed once a month, you are a female, and you have certain obligations and standards that you have to live by. And just because the world is telling you can do whatever you want, clearly you should see now that that's just not true. None of us can do what we want. I can't do what I want. I don't want to do what I want, because what I want will make me fat and lazy and discombobulated. And I have to have order with my life. I have to have order with my life, and I have to have a man in my life, because that's just what is required of me to be happy. And I'm not in denial about that. As soon as you women stop being in denial about the fact that you want a man, and just get crazy with the idea of, hey, I got to go all out to show this man that I really fucks with him. If I want him to be around, that's just how it is. And he is going to, once you show him, this how it work, y'all. Okay? Once you show him who you are, and who you trying to be for him, oh God, girl, I'm telling you, the floodgates of happiness will open, and you continue to walk and make sure that he has what he needs. You continue to make sure that you're doing your part to be good to him. And not only will the floodgates of his love flow on you, but the Most High, God in heaven, whether you believe in him or not, he will have mercy on you and begin to heal you from all your traumatic injuries. He will teach you how to love. He will teach you how to be a good wife to him, along with you tuning into my podcast from time to time, listening to these encouraging words. The Most High is going to bless you with everything you need. He already done told you that he wants you to be the Proverbs 31 woman. He done told you, older women, that you have to reach out, Titus 2 and 3. So you already have your instructions, but at this time you just need to do them. And when you start doing them, then you're going to see some good results. And then you're not giving up nothing. What are you worrying about? The world and everybody got a man. Everybody got somebody to love on. And if you got a man to love on, you need to be trying to love on him super according to the way that he asks you to. Be the woman that he needs you to be. Step your game up. Ask him, is it something that I'm not doing for you that I need to do? Do you need anything from me? Is it something that I'm missing? What more can I do for you? And be sincere about it. Because when you love him and you show him, you care about what he thinks and want to give him your best. And if you can't do that, you ain't going to have him. I'm telling you. Just like you want a man to carry love and protect you, the men are not entertaining our feelings, so forget about that. But the real thing is that closeness, that protection, that security, that safeness, just to have somebody that you can lay up with and rub your hand, make you feel like a woman. That is what you are missing. And when you don't submit your spirit to accepting that man and loving that man, you set yourself up for failure. So I'm your sister. And I know I might sound like a flunky, I might sound like a fool, whatever you want to say. But I don't have to want me no man. And God blesses me because I know that I'm going to do what he say. And he told us to treat his men good. He said that we supposed to be a rest for these men. So if you're not doing what the Most High God asks you to do, then, I don't even know how you expect to even live, to old age and be happy. A lot of our mothers and stuff, they not happy no more because they totally messed up. When they was, with their man, when they let their men get killed, they let their men die. They didn't love their men, they let their men run off. But what about those who hold on to their man and been with their man for years? These women happy. They're not taking losses. They're not lonely. They're not upset. And I understand if things happen and your men die and things, but you can always get back out there and clean yourself up. Release some of those bad spirits that you might be carrying around and them thoughts and everything. Release some of that stuff off your spirit. And God's going to send somebody else to find you. But you going to have to make sure that your energy that you putting out there is right. Remember, there's way more men out there than it is us. And for a man to just choose you and just want to be with you and not nobody else, like, you got to work to be there. You got to be his everything. Because if you not good with the money and he not good with the money, he gonna find somebody else that's good with the money and bring her on in to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy it is. But it's gonna become a time. It's already coming a time where men are gonna have to take care of multiple women, and they already are. My husband has kids with another woman. This was already set up before I got here. That is my sister wife. If she needs something, if we ever need something, she's always been there for us. And if she ever needs us, we're always there for her, and we're there for the children. I'm there in the middle as whatever I need to be and play my position. Because, that's what I would want somebody to do for me. Wouldn't it have been wonderful if when your daddy ran off with his woman, that the mama was still trying to make sure that you saw your daddy and y'all been friends, not talk shit about the woman that he with because he chose somebody other than her? You have to be able to lift yourself out the mud and stop being so average and doing what everybody else do. It's easy to be a bum. It's easy to be a low value woman. But the hard thing is to set your feelings aside and learn to do what's right and speak right and do right and believe it and walk in it and promote it. Because that's the right thing to do. Not sit here and promote foolishness year after year like it's going to get somebody some results. We watch all these women march off the cliff of becoming young baby mamas and see how detrimental it is to the kids. We see how bad it is to them because we lose as teen moms. We don't get to fully develop because we miss out on so much stuff. Half of us don't even finish school, so we start working in these ridiculously low paying jobs. But it's because we don't listen and we don't see the signs. We think that the teen mom story on MTV is like a good thing and should be utilized. We should avoid that at any cost and not march in that same thing. If our young lady's 13, you have got to stop that. Do not be worrying about no sex. Don't be worrying about no boys. Concentrate on just getting your education, keeping your legs closed, and keeping your mind focused. If you can pull that off, if you can pull off not getting pregnant by the time you're 18, you are setting yourself up for a good chance to be happy in the future. I'm just going to tell you the truth. You shouldn't be getting pregnant if you don't have no husband. You shouldn't be having sex if you're not over 18. It's just, you shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be having sex at 18, but, I know the times and everything. But when you finally are able to see and meet a boy, that boy is your potential husband. So all the foolishness and all the friends and all that stuff, it stops. And you have to hold yourself like that. The next man that you get with, I'm going to do everything I can to make him happy so we can be happy, so he could want to be with me and he could want to stay with me and he could want to love me. You have to earn it. Nobody's going to give you that affection. Nobody's going to place you high in their life because you got baby doll hairs laying down with a wig glued to your head. And then we ask our men to, just avoid the fact that this is really not my hair. Avoid the fact, but we don't want to overlook their shortcomings. But we're asking them, please overlook, this not my real hair. Please overlook that my credit real bad. Please overlook that I got all this student loans and debt. Please overlook that I got kids by multiple guys that I don't like. We ask them to overlook a lot of things, but then we're not willing to even support them. You better have a job. Well, if it's harder for a man to get a job than it is for a woman. I'm just going to say it. Our men are not as educated as we are, period. So if you are the breadwinner in the family, just do what you got to do. The whole point of you making the money is to take care of family, not for you to get the money and be selfish. But we already talked about that, but I know that just went in one ear. It totally went in the other. Because, one thing that we gonna be is selfish with $1. Like, at the end of the day, $1 can't save you. $1 can't protect you. $1 can buy you some things to protect you. But $1 can't hold you at night. And it ain't gonna make you feel better. And it can't take care of you when you're sick or none of that. So the money don't mean nothing. I love tricking on my husband. I bought him a punching bag and some boxing gloves the other day. He's recovering from a stem cell therapy transplant and he's just getting complacent. I want him to feel good and be able to build himself back up. So I figured, why not? He liked boxing, so I got him a boxing punching bag, And I love doing things for him. I do. And because I know the more that I bless him, the more the Most High gonna bless me. So maybe I am doing it for selfish reasons, because I need a blessing from the Most High. So, but if that's selfish, then call me selfish. I'll be selfish. But I'm selfishly in love with my husband, and I'm selfishly seeking the approval of the Most High God to allow me into the kingdom when I don't breathe no more and I don't live on this earth. I'd rather live my life fearing and knowing that there's a God in heaven that could take me like that, and know that every minute that I spend on this earth that I'm doing the best that I can to show him that I'm worthy to be able to be in his kingdom. I mean, I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about this world. I don't care about, things come and go. Possessions come and go. Y'all, it's not worth the relationships that you build and the people that you love and have around you when you're sick and you're old. You don't never understand that stuff. A lot of us, we miss big mama values, grandmama values, because we don't have those values no more. But we really need to start putting people over things and money and this. I don't care. I don't judge a man by how much money he make. What that got to do with anything? What is money gonna do for me? We gonna get money. We gonna eat regardless. And you women, and that's why these men, y'all need to get y'all a fat woman, because fat women, they ain't greedy and they ain't stingy. They'll give you. But y'all skinny women, y'all need to learn to be more loving and more giving, free-hearted, more loyal and more willing to serve, Take care of your man, because that's what they need. That's why God put us here, to take care of them and make sure that they all right. And I don't know I don't overtalk y'all head off, but with that, I say shalom.